This is essentially what Delight loves to play in the support role, and it's very good into what they're showing.
Well, it's great into what they're showing. It's also the combo with Azir, again, is one that we used to see all the time last year because of the wall and the fact you can set up very nicely. The Kai'Sa skin, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I've ever seen a different one.
Yeah. If I have, I think I've blocked it out of my mind.
I don't even know if she has other skins, honestly. Who knows? We will never...
Probably not.
We will never know.
Probably not.
As ooh, doo-doo.
Good spacing here by Zeus, although he did get hit by the full snip to the face. Gwen did get nerfed on this patch. Just a bit, but the first pick comes in from Dudu, so he says, not nerfed enough. And is doing a great job, actually, in taking these trades. Is up on levels.
With the level up for Zeus, though, trade still not too bad.
Look at this timing.
Dudu, he's in!
Oh, he's so baited by this. He does have his flash, but red buff Xinjiao level 3.
There's no way.
And there's the knock-up, although, yep, the follow flash, and now Dudu in a lot of trouble, and they even get the kill over to Zeus.
I was talking about the fact that Zeus had that prio, got the crash in, meant that he can roam towards the mid lane here. We'll have to go back to catch this wave, so it does mean that Peanut can only get a single one, and that is courtesy of Berserker and Life. Well done there. Have the prio on top side, meaning that only a single grub will go over to Hanwha.
Yeah, there was a lot of discussion and interviews after the games last week by Halife Esports talking about how they've really...
There is also a very valid way of arguing here for Hanwha Life, which is we don't really need to do too much early. Giving up one Drake...
He's not really enjoying himself up there, is he? Peanut was able to get all 3 grubs, by the way, so that is... I mean,
not a thing.
As an American, it's not crazy for me, as there was a big campaign for a lot of us to do that as well. For the calcium. This dive is going to be huge, as the flash is fantastic, though, for Bulldog, but the knockup is even better from Delight. Just makes him look silly under the turret. He uses flash and Spirit Rush and still dies.
Oh, how can play? If that was just Delight, he actually outplayed that, and we'll see. Yoshik might get the... Can he get it off? Oh,
no,
just out of range.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, that was actually, I think, but I actually think that stall is a big deal, plus the fact that Viper had to invest his ultimate and still ended up, even though it was getting executed, that's 2 dragons.
Ooh.
And Infernal, that's one of the ways where I do see that the Freecs actually get a lot more longevity. The side lane situation, though, is getting increasingly quite as dire.
Yeah, the 2 Drakes definitely going to be good. And it's good that they've got a couple of stacks and that they rolled a good soul. That's still a thing.
Yep.
Doesn't really matter. Delays the charge by 0.05 seconds.
Oh, Life found out.
Yeah, Life is seen here. He is reconned with Flash. I would imagine that eventually he just, dashes. They have their Corki. He just finished his Manamune.
True.
But it's not stacked.
No.
And it's decently far away for DNF, even with the super fed Jace at this point in time. And might just come down to a flip at this point. So Peanut is in the pit, is now looking for the engage. Not going to hit Pyosik, but the smite still goes to Peanut. Life goes in, but just dies immediately, as that is not the engage you were looking for. Pyosik is... This isn't the most exciting game of League of Legends. This is really a thinking man's game, because Halife Esports have 3 kills, and it feels like the game is over.
Everyone can watch T1 Gen G.
Go home, you're like, huh, that was the day.
I will not remember this day.
I enjoyed my time decently. So they're just going to take the Otacon, and DNF say, okay, you can have it. And now they're running away. We'll see how successful that is. As Zeus is frontlining, and he's chasing it, get away from him. He just keeps doing flips in their face. And they're just running away. It's the 3rd time he's done that. Oh no! What happened to Berserker? Where did he go? And he's going to withdraw, sure, but it's 2 kills. To have this. Honestly, they shouldn't have even tried. Like, there's no world in which Halife let them have Infernal Soul Point.
Well, Bulldog is able to TP out. Does not lose to the Grump like some. And I want you to see how little Zeus cares. This is a level 9 Rakan and a level 14 Neferi, and he has the buff.
Berserker watches.
Very cool subversion of storytelling here by Hanwha Life, because all you want is action. You know, that's what you think, but then they give you the action and it kind of hurts.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, oh no, I gotta look away. And it's another reminder that the best LCK game is one where there is as little action as possible.
Exactly. Violence is not the answer, ladies and gentlemen. We're just gonna Never
Make it
mind.
quick.
We're just gonna end them immediately. Although that's a lot of damage from Bulldog as he nearly dies. Reminder, they still have the Otacon buff here. But yeah, they're just playing very, very aggressively because they do not care. 11,000 gold in the lead. The one guy who doesn't have the Otacon buff is the Jace. Zeka goes in. Even Delight is sending it into 2 people as the Otacon buff is no longer around.
Brendan Felder saying that.
Yeah.
That never happens.
It's the strongest item in the game. It's a lot more expensive nowadays, but it's still the strongest. Delight is sending it into 4 people because I guess why not? You know, this is how teams get back into games, by the way. Zeka has the most damage by far, by the way. Here comes Bulldog. He's going to miss that charm. Peanut goes in onto him, gets charmed up himself, but no follow-up is there. And holding the windmill is Delight. And so no engage will come through for DNF. And that's just going to be another Infernal Drake over to Halife Esports. Especially with 2 inhibitors still down, they really can't reliably leave their base after a fight like that.
Maybe it's about... Oh.
Immediate TP, they should know. But look at the damage here out of the Baron. Pyosik trying to get in, but he's just denied by Steadfast Presence the whole way. And he's not even going to try to, like, flash. There's still a chance as long as the Nexus is alive. That's what I've learned from this game. I think Halife Esports are trying to give us that lesson.
It's a lot of layers, certainly.
Yeah. We're trying to get in onto the Jace. That is a lot of flashes, but immediately Peanut comes in like the hero and says, get down, Mr. Zeus. And now we've got the engage coming in. Nice Zhonya's from Bulldog. I'm not sure it's going to be enough, though. Viper in the base, just taking everybody down. He does get extremely low, though, as Pyosik doing an incredible amount of damage with Berserker. But unfortunately, they lost whatever frontline they had as in goes Delight, and he's got Viper for the backup. Zeka face checks the brush, still wins the fight, and Pyosik will live with his dogs, but that is not going to be enough to save his Nexus, as game 1 will go to Halife Esports in enough time, as was this for him. We just know him so much for the Alistair. But yeah, he's just going to pick up the Rel.
Yeah. Gets the most CC. That I do really like, because the Rel has obviously an incredible amount of AoE teamfight CC, and that's the one thing. Then also sold the light roam mid just to clear out the ward, and then Life a little bit later does the same as Zeus.
Well, he's going to hit Meganar at least, but I don't know if he gets out of this one, especially with the Permafrost landing. The heal comes in, but it's not enough. First blood goes over. Peanut is going to get to work here on the Grubs, and they have push in top lane. And there's no flash for Bulldog, so with Pyosik not on the map, looks like DNF don't really have an opportunity to fight over that, so it is just free. We'll see exactly where Pyosik goes, if he goes for an Infernal Drake or if he wants to repeat gank onto Zeus, who doesn't have his flash, but he is now level 6, and he's also backing.
Yeah, right. Corki has never been meta since.
Yeah. Well, it's just going to be a free Infernal Drake here for Halife Esports.
I thought it was cool, man. So, can we save Zeus here?
I mean, everybody is going top. It's a 3-on-3 here. It's just a straight-up fight, but the burst damage on the Zeus is enough, and the dash over the rocks for Peanut, as he will be taken out by Dudu's and Bessa. We do have Zeka still on the chase.
That's on your year is indeed Freecs, even with those flashes not being available, very confident to just set up shop and deny the 6 grubs. 4 grubs from Halife, just like game number 1.
Yeah.
This last game, I think the space really put it its worth much more viciously than we did, but it was very warranted.
Just dive in the top lane here. There's that Rune Prison into Spear combo as Peanut taking a huge amount of damage. He's just going to flash out. The timing on that was...
Ooh, Zeus, that's a mini-Gnar who has his ultimate. Berserker's here.
And he's going to get hit by the ult of the Ambessa. That is just so clean from Dudu.
He didn't necessarily need it to flash there, but not wanting to waste the time. This is a little bit rough, though. It's because they went for that play and invested a lot of resources. I imagine that they were then behind on getting a base in, which meant that the Dragon still went over to Halife.
Zeus is just being bullied in this game. If he dies Mega, here, that's going to be 0-4. He does hit No, he doesn't.
No Mega.
No, just not going to hit it. And now, Halife Esports are like, oh, the hook! We got to jump ship. The hook is big. Peanut trying to dash over the rocks. There's no other way to get out for him, so he had to try. It's 2 kills where you got to carry.
He also had a chase game at the beginning of last week that actually was pretty solid. So can't die, right? He's the guy that is the most fed, that has a ton of resources invested in him, cannot give up that shutdown. but the response from Halife doesn't actually end up doing too much, and that means the mid lane turret is going to fall.
Oh, looks like Peanut actually is going to clear it up, and now the whole team is here with the Realm Warp as DNF, they did not factor that in. Pilsik just going to die as they just simply did not get out in time, as the Bulldog also going to be pulled off of the wall. That's a couple of kills here for Halife as they do not respect the
Instead of being there to clear this wave, means that Halife have an extra member on the map, meaning that now they're going to get this turret, and the gold lady
pretty decent in this one.
Yeah.
The Nidalee and some big health bars here for Hanwha. And yeah, I mean, they're taking so much damage. Viper, he doesn't have cleanse, and he even arcane shifted in, and he gets hit by a Sejuani ultimate, but he's still not punished, as in goes Delight into that backline. He looks like he will be taken out, but so many low health bars here, and the Realm Warp in for Zeka. He wants more. They want to turn onto him, but Dudu not quite able to do the damage, but there it is. He is actually able to take him over. The rocks is Bulldog.
Stacking the Narber, but only halfway there.
Yeah, it's getting pretty low. There's the TP. He might just come down to a smite fight. The burst from the poke is what they're going to go for. Viper has to arcane shift away, and now Peanut, awkward spot for him. Zeka as well, TPing to his doom potentially. As Zeus tries to help him, but Berserker just hops away. That's a big combo ult does come in, but the wall pushes them back into DNF. And DNF are rolling over them here in the top lane. Zeus all alone there. That's a triple now for Berserker. As Halife, they do not respect them on the Otacon. They want to take them down, but the turn from DNF is huge.
And they get the kills. They get the Otacon. They get a good amount of roses as well. And Hanwha. Epic objectives yet, but maybe in due time. But the gold remains in favor of the DN Freecs. And look at that swing.
Yeah, and look at this. Peanut gonna get just comboed with all the CC they have. The Nautilus, the Talia, they come together. Pixel right now. Zeus still
less egregious than this one.
Or TP. Viper gonna get caught in the ruler spot on Ezreal. Missed his arcane shift as well. Halife are just falling apart. I'm caught, I can't flash. There's really no reason to flash. And that's correct, but the fact that he got caught is the bigger issue. As we got a TP coming in, it looks like Halife want to try to fight this one, but they're down a member, and they're down so much gold at this point. The flash away, and in goes DNF. Delight gonna be caught here, and so will Zeus. He does hop the wall. So they get the pick, and their sights are set on Baron once again.
And Peanut's alive, but I don't think he's gonna be in a position to contest. Summoner's burned. And slowly, but surely, the confidence that we have for DN Freecs actually closing out this game keeps growing. But just don't let Peanut get a hit, but he shouldn't be allowed to, and he's not.
Yeah, no, I mean, you got a Tristana, you got an Ambessa. This guy is dying. Now, they do let the Baron leash.
Going in as well as, oh boy, I don't know about this one.
I mean,
Peanut and Zeka aren't close. I think they're going to just burst it down. It's going to be gone.
Yeah, 5K ahead. They're just going to go for it. The Meganar is there for Zeus, but he can't get in. The smite is early. Goes down to 30 and to Tristana, but it doesn't matter. It's its couple that I don't think anyone can drop from. It seems like it's in the bag for them.
Losing the Genji, that's fine. Genji are really, really, really good. And I think the Freecs are playing great, don't get me wrong. This is clearly a continuation of their upwards trend. Peanut doesn't have flash.
Well, at least he did on his all of the CC. But at the same time, they still have the Baron push coming in. Now the wall and the Ambessa right on top of Viper, as Dudu is an assassin right now on this Ambessa. He's looking for more. He's going to pick up Peanut, as finally he's able to let go and just dive into that back line and pick up 2, and he lets his team push in here up against 3. There's not much of a wave, but with Tristana, your pushing power is gigantic. As now even the flash on in, on top of Zeus. What's another death? Why not? There's the 8th, as DNF will take down the turret, and they will take down game number 2 away from Halife Esports. Delight and Zeka desperate to bound a bunch of magic on top of them with this rise, but it's not going to be enough. Down goes the Nexus, and we will have a game number 3. Tarek.
Yes, also love this. Life is a big... don't get me... I like...
Just Tarek always falls so flat on his face. Peanut's just going to take the 2 grubs that are left over.
Kind of payoff set up is...
Okay. A flash.
That's it. I was waiting. I don't know. I thought I was waiting for more.
No, there's a lot of vision denial, but they're on top of the Scuttle Crab. So they know this is happening, obviously. In goes Delight. He's got a 3-man knock-up opportunity, but he's going to let the Taric ultimate decide. He's just going to wait in his ult before he goes for it. And now the Taric ult is down. Viper gets a massive ult on everybody, and DNF are just caught against the wall. And the rest of Halife Esports, as that'll be 4 kills in the hands of Halife. Only one of them did go to the Zeri.
나이스.
Don't worry about Dragon.
알리스타 임마. 그냥 음매 그냥. 나이스. 카링 도구.
Well, he was talking about Alistair. I don't know exactly what he said. Oh, Zeka, no! Oh, he does get the kill, but he gives a massive shutdown over to Bulldog.
Not worth. That's not a goal positive play. Is Viper? Little wave clear ult there. I don't know what he was saying. If nothing happens, you know, I think by the time you hit the second item,
Oh boy.
gets tough.
I mean, Flash is available here for Dudu. It's just not going to matter with all the CC they have, as one more auto will do it. Peanut does have to take the kill.
This play from Pioshik. Try and punish. Oh, the wall.
Yeah, they had a ward in that brush as well. The flash on him. Pioshik might just be able to do this all by himself. Dudu trying to help out, just trying to bait him in, and it's perfect from Pioshik.
Oh no.
Well,
Oh no.
oh, hello.
Doesn't have flash, by the way.
Yeah, he doesn't have flash, he doesn't have clone, and it's Vi and Alistair. The jungle and support duo coming together once again. Not quite able to hand that kill over to Zig.
Oh no, Dudu, don't do it. Dudu, no.
Yeah, he doesn't have flash here, as he is going to be knocked into the wall. And there's the stun. We got an ulting Zeri.
Back off, only to re-engage.
Yeah, no flash for Pioshik, but as we can see here, it doesn't look like Halife want to fight over this. They just have Zeka down body at TP, but...
Happened in this game, because either... Oh
boy. Well, Berserker in a lot of trouble here, even without the Alistair, but with the
good
Alistair.
amount of damage coming through.
All right, well, let's see what this fight looks like. Might look very similarly to the next one. Flash on in, they're trying to be proactive, but the Taric ult a bit late. Finally is utilized, as Halife were waiting for that one, and now they're gonna press all their buttons, and the Taric doesn't do anything. Down goes Pioshik,
Oh!
massive shockwave, but it's just too little too late. As now...
And that's just the end of it. That is Soul Point gone. That's now a 5k gold lead.
Delight.
Just dubstack igniting onto people.
Delight's having a great time today. You can tell. Berserker's just off here in the jungle, just kind of hanging out, you know. Doesn't have a splash.
He's giggling as well. He's damage follow-up! Bulldog isn't there, you have to combo!
Oh.
Yeah,
Runs around the map killing everyone.
Yeah.
And you just know, like, there's nothing you can do. Because Akali is just murdering every single person on the Rift, and nobody can stop him.
people so fast.
Yeah.
And like, he doesn't really do that much damage outside, he just sees someone, kills them.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, Bulldog...
Okay, they're going to put a nice ward. They spot the light. Good angle there.
Oh, Gigacon!
Oh, no.
Faces out.
Zeka going in, a bit ahead of his team, but he has the Shroud, as now looking for the kill, and they kill him before the Taric ultimate even hits him. And down will go Berserker, not even able to use his flash, as the Wombo combo is going to be towards the side of Halife Esports. It is a very one-sided affair. They get an ace 26 minutes in, and you know what that means. That'll be GG for Halife Esports with the 2-1 victory, as long as they can push down mid and end this game right here.
They comboed, they womboed, and unfortunately for the DN Freecs, the losing streak will not cease on this day, although I guess their Nexus will be standing for a little bit longer, so maybe a bit too quick on the ending. But they're like 9k gold ahead, so Zeka can just go in to a bunch of people. They have a very clear goal. The fact that, oh my god, the Vital actually knocks life away so that Berserker... Again, it wouldn't have mattered! Wouldn't have mattered! Berserker couldn't do anything there!
They didn't end the game, but they did end life again. He's got 12 kills! Zeka has 12 kills! And he's getting a 13th! He just keeps getting more! It feels better if you push with Baron, though, because then all the minions are purple.
Not pink.
Not pink. They're actually purple.
They're actually purple.
Yeah, it's just
You know,
talking big about his boys.
you know when you have
lane.
players that are mains like one trick, so that are you know in high elo, and then they do a Smurf game for content, and they're like,
Yeah.
look at me, he's doing it in the LCK, Veldes. There's a world champion on the enemy team. He's world champion on the enemy team, and he has no mercy.
Well, he's playing that champion of Akali, which is one of the classic, in italics, one of the classic Zeka champs. And now I think they're just going to press their buttons and kill him. The equalizer comes down, the Tark ultimate utilized as well. They don't care this time, as they're just going to get into that backline. Viper finally picks up a kill again. Zeka nearly taken out, actually, is going to go golden. And there's a 14th. Can he make it a 15th? Yes, he can, because why not? Meanwhile, Zeus got a kill on Tududu in the fountain. And so that will now be the end of game number 3. Halife Esports will end this one. 24 kills total, but 15 of them went to their Akali player Zeka in the mid lane. And that'll do it. GG Halife with the win tonight.